Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Glad to see everyone here today in Temecula. I will now call the Riverside Transit Agency regular meeting of the Board of Directors to order at 2 p.m. Before we get started, I would just want to give everyone a little some housekeeping tips. The red button beside you, if you press that, it will turn green. That turns on your microphone, so green is on, red is off. We don't have the agendas in front of us on the screen, so the video will be up there most of the time. As far as voting, we're going to take roll call vote today, so the clerk will call roll call for everyone. And then I just ask that you show me a little grace. I don't have my monitors in front, so when we're wanting to speak, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Raise your hand, and I'll acknowledge you, and we can speak. Hopefully that works. We will see. So again, thank you. Will the clerk please take roll call?
Yes. City of Banning. City of Beaumont.
Here.
City of Cali Mesa.
Here.
City of Canyon Lake.
Here.
City of Corona.
Here.
City of Eastvale. City of Hemet.
Here.
City of Jurupa Valley. City of Lake Elsinore.
Here.
City of Menifee. City of Moreno Valley.
Here.
City of Murrieta. City of Norco.
Here.
City of Paris.
Here.
City of Riverside. City of San Jacinto. City of Temecula.
Here.
City of Wildomar.
Here.
County of Riverside District 1.
Here.
County of Riverside District 2. County of Riverside District 3.
Here.
And County of Riverside District 5.
Here.
Chair, you have a quorum.
Wonderful, thank you. Will everyone please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Go ahead and place your right hand over your heart, and ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you very much. Next is item number 4. It's our public comment section on non-agenda items. Will the clerk please read the directions for public comments?
Members of the public may address the board regarding any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. However, no action may be taken on off-agenda items unless authorized by law. Comments shall be limited to matters not listed on the agenda. Members of the public may comment on any matter listed on the agenda at the time that the board considers that matter. Each person's presentation is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes.
Has the clerk received any requests to speak in writing?
No, Chair, I have not.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comments on items that are not listed on the agenda? Okay, hearing none, the public comment portion for items not listed on the agenda is now closed. And next, we have a presentation to Coach Operator Kevin Stone. Kevin, if you could join me down at the podium. All right, welcome, Kevin. So we all know that RTA drivers go beyond the call of duty every day to help others in need. Whether it's helping a teen in crisis or assisting a lost person in finding their way home, there's always something special happening on our buses. This is just what happened on the morning of July 27th when Kevin Stone was driving his Route 28 from Hemet to Paris, and he welcomed aboard a unique passenger. The elderly woman who boarded his bus in East Hemet didn't seem special at first. Kevin did notice, however, that she was lugging around 2 heavy suitcases and wore a black headscarf. When Kevin pulled into the bus stop for a short layover, he got an interesting message from RTA dispatch. Be on the lookout for a missing elderly woman who was, get ready, carrying 2 suitcases and wearing a black headscarf. Kevin didn't hesitate to contact dispatch and let them know the missing person was safe and sound on his bus and to send for help. As he waited for Hemet police to arrive, Kevin kept an eye on the woman and ensured she was protected and in good hands. A short time later, help arrived, and the woman was safely reunited with her family. This goes to show how RTA dispatch and drivers work closely with local law enforcement to locate people in need. It's a great partnership, and Kevin showed us exactly how to do it right. Kevin's extraordinary actions represent the finest example of heroism, and RTA salutes you for your service on the streets. Keep up the good work. As a token of our appreciation, please accept this Hero Award on behalf of the Riverside Transit Agency's Board of Directors. Kevin, congratulations. And thank you for what you do. Love it. Okay. Next is item number 6, approval of the minutes for the July 28th, 2022 board meeting. Does anyone have any comments or corrections? All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Moreno Valley.
So moved. District 5.
Moreno Valley, the motion, and D5 with the second. Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Corona.
Yes.
City of Eastvale. City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Hrupa Valley. City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Menifee. City of Moreno Valley.
Yes.
City of Murrieta. City of Norco. City of Paris.
Yes.
City of Riverside. City of San Jacinto.
Yes.
Thank you. City of Temecula.
Yes.
City of Wildemar.
Aye.
County of Riverside District 1.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 2. County of Riverside District 3.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 5. Yes. Chair, it's unanimous.
Great, thank you very much. Next is item 7, our consent calendar. All items on the consent calendar will be approved by one motion, and there will be no discussion on individual items unless a board member or member of the public requests a specific item to be pulled from the calendar for separate action. Does any board member wish to pull an item for discussion? All right. Does any member of the public wish to pull an item for discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
District 1, motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
District 1 and Canyon Lake. Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Yes. City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Corona.
Yes.
City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Moreno Valley.
Yes.
City of Norco.
Yes.
City of Paris.
Yes.
City of Temecula.
Yes.
City of Wildemar.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 1.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 3.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 5. Chair, it's unanimous.
Great, thank you very much. Next is item number 8. This is our telephone and virtual conferencing policy for Board of Directors committee meetings and our regular meetings. At this point, we could open it up for conversation, or we could ask our legal counsel to give us a little bit of an update. Let's do the update first.
Sure, absolutely. Kristen, did you want to say something? Okay. Thank you, Chair Schwenk, board members. As some of you may already know, last week the governor signed AB 2449, and that legislation is going to modify the Brown Act teleconferencing rules that will go into effect in January of next year. So keep in mind, with this new legislation, we still will have AB 361 in place, which will still allow the board to consider whether or not to conduct meetings in person or through teleconferencing when there is a state of emergency. But AB 2449 is different and separate from that. And like I said, it will be in effect beginning January of 2023, and it sunsets January 1st, 2026. So under this new legislation, board members who comprise less than a majority of the board can teleconference under two different circumstances. Of course, one of the key conditions to being able to have any of the board members teleconference under these conditions is to have a quorum that does meet in one location and that is open to the public. So that is a prerequisite. But if that is met, then there are two circumstances under which a board member could seek to appear via teleconference, and one of them is if just cause exists. Under the just cause provision, all you need to do is provide notice to the full board that you have just cause, and that just cause consists of either a childcare need, an illness, a disability, or if you're traveling on business relating to the agency. So if you have one of those four conditions, you can provide notice to the board as soon as possible that you will need to teleconference. The other method is it's an emergency, a family medical emergency. And if you have such an emergency, then you need to actually make a request to the board. And typically you want to put it through an agenda, and if it's not possible to be done on the agenda because of the timing, you would do it at the beginning of the meeting. So that's another method that could be utilized beginning in January for teleconferencing without having to follow the normal Brown Act requirements. I also intend to provide a summary of these requirements and new legislation in the October staff report regarding this item. And that concludes my report. But it doesn't impact your vote today. Like I said, this is something that doesn't go into effect until January. So thank you.
Okay, and thank you very much for that. Are there any questions or comments from anyone on the board?
Mr. Chairman, if I can. This is the third meeting I've been to today, and we talked about this. Part of that thing, and you're right, is that they talked about having to have the quorum of people present during the meeting. The other one, correct me if I'm wrong, you can only have two missed meetings. A person can only request twice, not attending in person in a year or in a term. Is that
That's correct. Under the just cause, you can only use it twice, but under both provisions, you actually can't do it more than 3 times in 1 year.
Okay.
So under either of them, there's a maximum.
I was supposed to share I heard that correctly. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board of directors? All right, hearing no more questions or comments, has the clerk received any requests to speak in writing on this item?
No, Chair, I have not.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a comment on this item? Okay, I'm hearing none, and I will entertain a motion for this item. We can, go ahead, Director Marquez. Okay, so go ahead, Director Krupa.
Just a question. A motion would be to continue as we are doing at the current time until January of 2023, well, or until the next meeting, excuse me.
Until the next meeting.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we continue, that we approve this item as presented.
Calavesa seconds.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Corona.
Yes.
City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Moreno Valley.
Yes.
City of Norco.
Yes.
City of Paris.
Yes.
City of San Jacinto.
Yes.
City of Temecula.
Yes.
City of Wildemar.
Aye.
County of Riverside District 1.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 3.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 5. Chair, it's unanimous.
Great, thank you very much. And if you all will entertain me for one brief moment, we're going to go back to item number 7 to capture Director Ledesma's vote on the consent calendar. So will the clerk please take Director Ledesma's vote?
My vote is yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next is item number 9. This is an authorization to award agreement number S22036F to First Transit, Inc. to provide microtransit software and transportation services for the agency's microtransit pilot program. Melissa Blankenship will present. Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Chair Schwank and members of the board. My name is Melissa Blankenship, and I'm the Director of Contracts for the agency. The item before you is authorization to award agreement number S22036F to First Transit Incorporated to provide microtransit software and transportation services for the agency's microtransit pilot program. In January of 2021, the RTA Board of Directors approved a series of service changes that were recommended in response to the decline in ridership and revenue resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. One approved change was the implementation of a microtransit pilot program in the Hemet-San Jacinto Valley to replace underperforming fixed route transit service. The goal of the program is to continue to provide meaningful mobility to Hemet and San Jacinto residents while reducing operating costs for the agency to promote financial sustainability. Currently, there are 7 routes that operate within the Hemet-San Jacinto Valley. The approved plan outlined that Route 28 would remain the same, Routes 32, 33, and 42 would be suspended, and Routes 31, 74, and 79 would be truncated. A new Route 44 circulator would be implemented that would operate between Mount Jacinto College and the Hemet Valley Mall every 30 minutes. The service area for the microtransit pilot program covers 30 square miles and has an estimated population of 120,000 residents. Before the pandemic in September 2019, the agency's service had 2,000 daily boardings within the proposed zone. As of May 2022, there are 1,160 daily boardings within the proposed zone. Of these riders, 15% will not be within walking distance of fixed route services, leaving 150 to 300 trips that could potentially transition to the microtransit service. The agency developed the following service parameters for the microtransit pilot program. Customers can travel anywhere within the 30 square mile zone as long as trips start and end at one of the 300 or more predetermined stop locations set by the agency. Customer trips that start and end along the circular route must use Route 44, the new circulator. Customers will be picked up within 60 minutes of requesting a ride, which is equivalent or better than the current headways of the proposed eliminated routes. Service will be available from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on weekdays and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekends. Customers can reserve trips on demand or up to 7 days in advance. Customers can request service several different ways. They can do it via a smartphone app, they can do it via a web browser, they can call a dedicated phone number, or they can walk up to the bus at key anchor points. Customers can pay for the service with cash, an RTA pass, a credit card, or mobile ticket. The new service will be the same price as the current fixed route service. The contractor for these services will provide everything necessary for a turnkey operation, and the agency will rebrand and provide 8 existing dial-a-ride cutaway buses equipped with fare collection boxes and surveillance cameras. If this item is approved by the board, a soft launch introducing the microtransit pilot program and the new Route 44 circulator will take place in December of 2022, and the full launch will occur on January 8th, 2023, as part of the agency's service change, and will include the suspension of routes 32, 33, and 42, and the truncation of routes 31, 74, and 79. The suspension of these routes was included in both the board-approved FY23 short-range transit plan and the system-wide service reduction plan. Both plans also included public hearings and outreach. Therefore, on April 21st, 2022, staff issued requests for proposals number S22036F, and on June 15th, 2022, the agency received proposals from 2 firms, Empire Transportation Incorporated out of Bellflower, California, and First Transit Incorporated out of Cincinnati, Ohio. An evaluation committee representing staff from executive, operations, and purchasing departments evaluated the proposals in accordance with the criteria listed in the RFP. As part of the technical review, Empire Transportation and First Transit were invited to participate in a software demonstration and an interview with the proposed project manager. The contractor's experience with providing microtransit service and the software to be utilized for this service are considered to be critical factors for the success of the pilot program, and therefore were strongly evaluated by the committee during this process. First Transit, in partnership with software provider RideCo, was able to present a software solution to the evaluation committee that has a proven track record of providing microtransit technology and services. RideCo's software platform is deployed in over 60 transit agencies, and they have teamed with First Transit to provide microtransit services at other nearby agencies such as Orange County, Transportation Authority, and Omnitrans. First Transit has successfully managed and operated microtransit services since 2013. They will provide a dedicated project manager while also leveraging the experience and qualifications of its management team from the agency's dial-a-ride services to help oversee the microtransit operation. Empire Transportation was eliminated from further consideration after the interview and software demonstration based on a lack of experience with microtransit technology. Next, staff requested a best and final offer from First Transit. The proposed 3-year contract price is $5,105,721 and can be found on page 223 of your agenda. First Transit's pricing is considered to be fair and reasonable based on comparable pricing received from 2 other transit agencies providing microtransit services and the independent cost estimate provided by the agency's project manager, which is 5% higher than First Transit's proposed cost. Based on the overall evaluation process, technical evaluation, software demonstration, interview, cost analysis, and reference checks, staff recommends awarding a contract to First Transit Incorporated, a technically responsive and responsible vendor. If approved by the board, First Transit and agency staff will work on the service and marketing plan and return to the board with an update prior to the soft launch in December. The service will be monitored using key performance indicators, and ridership will be reported monthly to the board. First Transit has proposed $1,672,239 to operate the services for the base term of 1 year, and a total of $5,105,721 for the full contract term of 3 years, by including a maximum amount of $140,000 for potential incentives and a 2% fuel contingency of $102,114. The total project amount is $5,347,835. Funding for these services was incorporated into the agency's budget request for FY23, and any future years will be incorporated into those fiscal year requests. The planned service changes to the Hemet-San Jacinto Valley service area are expected to yield significant savings. The combination of the reduction of the contracted fixed route service, the introduction of the Route 44 circulator, and the new microtransit pilot program are expected to save the agency approximately $600,000 annually. This item was discussed at the Board Budget and Finance Committee meeting on September 7th, and the committee members unanimously approved and recommended this item to the full Board of Directors for their consideration. Therefore, the recommendation before you today is to authorize staff to award agreement number S22036F to First Transit Incorporated to provide microtransit software and transportation services for the agency's microtransit pilot program in the amount of $5,105,721 with a 2% fuel contingency of $102,114 and $140,000 for potential incentives for a total project amount of $5,347,835. Chair, that completes my presentation.
All right, thank you very much, Melissa. Wonderful presentation. Are there any questions or comments from members of the board?
I just say it's exciting and really hope it works out because I know there's other cities or areas that would love to see it come to there too. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none. Has the clerk received any requests to speak in writing on this item?
Chair, I have not.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a comment on this item? Okay, hearing none, I'll now entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Canyon Lake.
Second. Second, Beaumont.
Kenyon Lake with the first and Beaumont with the second. Will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Yes. City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Corona.
Yes.
City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Moreno Valley.
Yes.
City of Norco.
Yes.
City of Paris.
Yes.
City of San Jacinto. City of Temecula.
Yes.
City of Wildmar.
Aye.
County of Riverside, District 1.
Yes.
County of Riverside, District 3.
Yes.
County of Riverside, District 5. Chair, it's unanimous.
All right, thank you very much. Next is item 10, authorization to award agreement number S22087F to Transportation Management and Design, Inc., TMD, to develop a sustainable service plan, SSP. Melissa will present again. Welcome.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, the next item is authorization to award agreement number S22087F to Transportation Management and Design Incorporated, also known as TMD, to develop a sustainable service plan. The agency's 10-year network plan was formally adopted in January of 2015, and after 5 years of implementing numerous service improvements, including new routes and 15-minute service on routes with high ridership, the agency had to halt any future service improvements due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the agency has turned its focus to the safety of its passengers and staff. In response to plummeting demand, service levels were adjusted to ensure long-term sustainability for the agency. Although it has been more than 2 years since the COVID-19 pandemic started, it continues to affect everyday life. However, with the reopening of businesses, return to in-person schooling, and numerous fare promotions, the agency is beginning to see the highest ridership since the start of the pandemic. But despite these increases, when compared to pre-pandemic levels, ridership is still down significantly. Based on this, the agency would like to complete a study that will evaluate current service levels and assess current and future needs throughout Western Riverside County. The study will develop a plan that provides recommendations on how the agency can build upon market opportunities and strengths, grow service and ridership, improve efficiencies, and enhance the overall passenger experience while maintaining the system's financial sustainability for the next 3 years. Because the study will only cover 3 years, it is meant to guide the agency's short-term service planning decisions in the uncertain post-pandemic environment. The study will look for efficiencies that include innovative solutions such as microtransit. The sustainable service plan will include the following goals and objectives. It will identify potential adjustments to account for the agency's transition to hydrogen fuel cell electric buses, future demand, and population and employment growth. Identify routes or segments that can be adjusted to reduce mileage, making for an easier transition to hydrogen fuel cell electric buses. It will evaluate current and future fleet needs and develop a plan of action to reduce the agency's spare ratio to 20%, and identify unmet market needs, trends, and service gaps via the collection and analysis of customer data through surveys and other stakeholder outreach efforts. On July 5th, 2022, staff issued requests for proposals number S22087F, and on July 28th, 2022, the agency received one proposal from Transportation Management and Design Incorporated out of Carlsbad, California. Staff contacted 11 other firms that downloaded the RFP document but did not submit a proposal and requested feedback as to why they did not participate. Their responses included that their resources were committed to other projects or they were unable to provide the requested services. An evaluation committee representing staff from the purchasing, finance, planning, and executive departments evaluated the proposal in accordance with the evaluation factors listed in the RFP. Following the technical review, staff held discussions with TMD to negotiate various components of the scope of work to ensure the levels of effort for each task corresponded with the desired results of the study. At the conclusion of these discussions, staff requested a best and final offer from TMD, and the original proposed cost was reduced 6% from $521,950 to $490,726. Per the agency's procurement policies and procedures for a single proposal scenario, Staff performed a detailed cost analysis to determine if the cost received by TMD was fair and reasonable. Through this process, staff received pricing from 3 other transit agencies that contracted for a similar study in recent years. Staff reviewed the various cost elements of TMD's price proposal with the cost elements of similar studies from other transit agencies and determined that TMD's rates were fair and reasonable. Based on the overall evaluation process, the technical review, firm qualifications, and price analysis, it is the evaluation committee's determination that TMD is a technically responsive and responsible vendor. TMD is a California-based firm who has been in business for 34 years and is also a certified disadvantaged business enterprise, also known as a DBE firm. They have completed over 100 transit-related projects, including transit providers in Southern California, such as Orange County Transportation Authority, Omnitrans, and Sunline Transit. Staff is confident that TMD's extensive technical knowledge and policy awareness of other transit networks will help the agency create meaningful network improvements at the local and regional level. In addition to the proposed amount, staff also recommends the board authorize a 5% contingency of $24,537 to be utilized in the event of unforeseen circumstances. Such use would be subject to a future change order or amendment to the proposed contract if necessary. Sufficient funds to cover this capital request are included in the agency's board-approved capital budget. The funding profile can be found on page 229 of your agenda. Staff plans to return to the board in January 2023 to present the draft 3-year service plan and seek board approval for public review and comment of the plan. Staff will then return to the board in March 2023 and present the final recommended service plan. This item was discussed at the Board Administration and Operations Committee meeting on September 7th, and the committee members unanimously approved and recommended this item to the full Board of Directors for their consideration. Therefore, the recommendation before you today is to authorize staff to award agreement number S22087F to Transportation Management and Design Incorporated to develop a sustainable service plan in the amount of $490,726 with a 5% contingency of $24,537 for a total project amount of $515,263. Chair, that completes my presentation.
Great. Thank you very much, Melissa. Are there any questions or comments from members of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I have one.
Go ahead.
And I appreciate, Melissa, all the work you did on this. Normally, when you only have one bidder, it's hard to do it. But you did your due diligence in sorting out it. And I'm glad that they decided to do a reduction of 6%. That helps. I mean, it makes it, they want to do it. Okay. And some of the things we see, and like you do on our T-Now meetings, we see that school are not getting their full, especially our colleges, are not seeing all the students come back. So this is going to be a very good study. And we're going to see what the impact of the online schooling and the online working is going to have on our transportation. And I'm looking forward to seeing the difference this is going to make, see a population shift that we've had out of the state and out of our communities and the lingering effects of COVID. So I'm impressed that they're going to do it in 90 days. Is that what they plan to have it done?
Yeah.
Wow. It's good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, I'm not hearing any. Has the clerk received any requests to speak in writing?
No, Chair, I have not.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a comment on this item? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Corona Valley.
All right, I heard Corona and then
District 1, second.
District 1 second. All right, will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Corona.
Yes.
City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Moreno Valley.
Yes.
City of Norco.
Yes.
City of Paris.
Yes.
City of San Jacinto.
Yes.
City of Temecula.
Yes.
City of Wildemar.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 1.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 3.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 5. Chair, it's unanimous.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, next is item 11, free bus rides on New Year's Eve and Election Day. Jiminique Neepkins will present. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Schwank, members of the board, Jim Neepkins, Chief Marketing Officer. And for the last 20 years, RTA has provided free rides on fixed route buses after 2:30 p.m. On all of our fixed route buses. And the reason we did that is to kind of thank our customers, but more importantly, to provide an alternative for those people that should not or cannot drive on that day. This year, staff is recommending, again, offering the free bus rides on Saturday, December 31st, from 2:30 p.m. until the end of the bus schedule for that day. But in addition to New Year's Eve, staff is also recommending free rides on Election Day, Tuesday, November 8th, for anybody that requests a ride to vote when they board a fixed route or dollar ride bus. Many Americans obviously face transportation issues when it comes to getting to voting, and offering free rides will encourage people to get out and vote. Although the customers would ride free if you approve this today, RTA can be reimbursed 100% of the fare revenue from the Cap and Trade Low Carbon Transit Operations Program, as you know as the LC TOP program, under the Fare Promotions Program, which the board approved in April of this year. This is how we currently fund the 25-cent promotion, so you're probably very familiar with that. The loss in revenue to do these 2 free ride days is estimated to be less than $6,200. However, if we include it in the Fare Promotions Program, the grant will reimburse RTA 100% of the revenue, so there really isn't a loss in revenue. This item was reviewed at the Board Administration and Operations Committee meeting of September 7th. The committee members unanimously approved and recommended this item to the full Board of Directors for your consideration as follows. Approve and recommend, I apologize, I have an error in the staff report, but authorize the agency to offer free rides on all fixed route buses from 2:30 p.m. to the end of business on Friday, December 31st, 2022, and authorized the agency to offer free rides upon request on all fixed route buses and dial-a-ride for the entire business day on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. Chair, that completes my comments.
Great. Thank you very much, Jim. Are there any questions or comments from members of the board? All right. I'm not seeing any. That's wonderful that we're going to do it on Election Day, and I'm excited to see that, especially on the dial-a-rides. I think that's really going to help. Excellent. Okay, has the clerk received any requests to speak in writing?
No, Chair, I have not.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a comment on this item? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Canyon Lake. Canyon Lake first, and
Corona?
Corona second. All right, will the clerk please take the roll call vote?
Yes. City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Corona.
Yes.
City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Moreno Valley.
Yes.
City of Norco.
Yes.
City of Paris.
Yes.
City of San Jacinto. City of Temecula.
Yes.
City of Wildemar.
Aye.
County of Riverside District 1.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 3.
Yes.
County of Riverside District 5.
Yes.
Chair, it's unanimous.
Okay, thank you very much. Next is item number 12, and this is our board member comments. And to make this a little less chaotic, I think I'm just going to start over here to my right, and we'll just move around. If you have a comment, kind of chime in, but if not, we'll just move around the room. All right.
Board Member, I do, even though it's an RCTC, it's also a transportation issue. Supervisor Spiegel and her and a contingent from the county went to Washington DC to try to get some money for the Coachella Valley rail line. So kudos to them. Hopefully they did well. They talked a lot, so to the people up there. So we're going to wish to get our transit thing going and to get that rail line going. So just want to share that with you. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Keep moving down the line.
Done.
Okay.
Yes. Always in the spirit of diversity, I'd like to acknowledge Hispanic Month this month. And to do that, I brought fresh pan dulce next year to include savory, like portos, like the empanadas and such. So I'd like to invite anyone to please have some and think of our culture. And I encourage anyone else to bring forward, celebrate their culture I think that's what we're all about here at RTA, and so I just wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, I just want to thank our CEO and RTA staff for the response to our Labor Day fire and power outage in the city of Hemet and the surrounding area. It was extremely terrifying, especially to our senior citizens who were in some of the mobile home parks that were having to be evacuated. And RTA, as usual, stepped up to the plate and helped. And I just want to thank you and thank the drivers and thank staff for the invaluable service that you give to our citizens. So thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
I just
Director
want
Moore?
to thank RTA for bringing out the beautiful bus. We had the bus out at Mariachi Night last Saturday in Wildemar, and so the residents could go on the bus. Usually we kind of use it as a double cool center, but the weather was perfect Saturday, so we didn't have to use it for that. But residents got to go on the bus and sit and relax.
Great.
Question for staff. Whose idea was it to have free rides on Election Day? Do we know? Awesome. Awesome. When the Register of Voters sends out 1.3 million ballots and only 380,000 people participate, I'm so happy that RTA has an option for people to get to the polls. So thank you. I hope this continues every cycle, because I think all of us, most of us up here, are the result of that day. So it's important that this agency is trying to do all we can to get people to the polls. So thank you. Good job.
Okay. Director Marquez?
Yes, I want to say thank you, Chair, and the City of Temecula for sponsoring and letting us use this beautiful, beautiful chambers. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
I'll just echo that. I mean, thank you for, inviting us over here. And it's amazing seeing the chamber in here. This is my first time. Very impressive. Thank you for accommodating us. I'm looking forward to be here again. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Well, on that note, I wanted to thank you all for being flexible when we found out we couldn't be in Riverside. We were sort of scrambling for a spot, and so I appreciate, I know it's not the closest spot for some of you, but I certainly appreciate the flexibility of the board, RTA staff for making this happen, and then we do have some city Temecula staff here recording and doing a lot of the IT stuff today, so I wanted to thank them as well. This chambers is available when we need it, and we were flexible enough to make it happen. So again, I just appreciate you all joining us, and we have wonderful pan dulce here, and maybe you can grab some wine on the way home, and maybe we could have them here in the future. So I appreciate you all. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Next is item 13, announcements. Our CEO, Kristen Warsinski.
Thank you, Chair. I want to second or third or fourth all the thank yous that are being shared. Thank you to Chair Schwenk, the City of Temecula, city staff members Louisa, Jonathan, and Chris, who are in the back. Thank you for welcoming us to your facility and for all of your help setting this up. It went great. Sam, thank you for organizing everything. You did a great job. It was quite a task for one of your first solo meetings, so thank you. I just wanted to call attention to the RTA Rodeo. The invitation is in your packet. Please think about competing or at least coming out to support. It's really fun. You can bring the family, and we hope to see you all there. And then lastly, I just want to take a minute to recognize Jim Neepkins, our Chief Marketing Officer, who is celebrating 15 years of service with the agency. Jim has been here since 2007. The marketing department, as we know, is nothing short of world-class. He has won a lot of awards, over 30 awards. You all saw that we did just receive a big one from APTA. It's National Brand Award for our $5 30-day pass program. Jim is the driving force behind our efforts to attract customers and keep them happy. He makes sure that our image is on point and that we're always representing. I really appreciate you, Jim. Go Pack Go. And let's go ahead and give Jim a round of applause.
All right, wonderful. Okay, next item is 14. That's our next meeting. The next meeting of the Board of Directors is scheduled for Thursday, October 27th, 2022 at 2 p.m. Then we'll move on to adjournment. And Director Moore had actually suggested this, after we adjourn, maybe we can just all come down here in the well and we could just take a quick photograph to commemorate this. So I'll adjourn today's meeting at 2:44, and we'll see everyone September 22nd. We are adjourned.